Peace, love, and light. Namaste, y'all. Welcome to Powerhouse Tarot. I am Energy Goddess. Welcome to the channel. Okay, today's message is going to be a soulmate message. Message for the soulmates. Message for the soulmates. Okay, so it's going to be based off of, well, first of all, just so we can get established here. A soulmate reading is basically, this is a soulmate reading, and it's going to tell you where you are with the soulmate connection. Okay, now how I will discover the messages for each person, it'll be based on a pick a pile. So you will pick a card, one, two, or three, okay, to grab your message. In each card, there's more cards to further discuss maybe past, present, or future messages and where you stand with, again, the soul mate connection. Okay, so if everybody could just take a quick moment to take some mindful deep breaths and try to focus on what card you would like to pick. Again, those numbers are 1, 2, and 3. We'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and take some deep mindful breaths to just kind of get us ready for the read. What are the messages that need to be heard? Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, and for those of you who are new here, okay, these are soulmate messages, different type of messages that I like to do on the channel. Welcome in. If you enjoy the messages, be sure to give the video a big fat thumbs up or subscription and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload to the channel. Let's get right into it. So again, that number, the pile number goes from 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Starting off with number 1, card 1, messages. Okay. And so the messages for card 1: emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, so those of us who pick pile 1, it's about releasing any sort of resentment we may have in our heart, concern to soulmate connections. Even if you're with that person or not, the soulmate connection, okay, this is about you and your emotions, okay, and how you can see clearly for the future as well as the now, mostly the now, right? Because how could you focus on the future if we can't be in the now, right? We can't be present with what's needed for now, right? So let's get the tarot messages here. Okay. Okay. So I see that emotions are something that's holding here. Those of us that picked card 1, the emotions, I feel like it's discovering that they're a necessary part of what's going on. And I feel like sometimes it could have been hard in the past to kind of accept what happened. However, with this 10 of Swords, it reminds you that you did get through, some of those tougher challenges that were in your path, right? So that's the blessing here with this 10 of Swords. That's the message I'm getting. Kind of being happy and kind of where's you could be in the ace, just beginning the problem in the very new beginning phase of it. You're in the end, right, of it. So I feel like Spirit wants you to know to hang in there, and remember that, to honor your emotions and what you're experiencing, right? Don't let it cloud your vision when you're experiencing these things, right? For those of us who picked pile 1, card 1, let's see. With the Devil, I'm getting a message. It could have been something in the past with addictions, or just something that wasn't maybe for your best and highest good, that you learned how to release and surrender. Okay. Because the devil talks of obsessions and things that are controlling our lives, you know but in that same breath, while we're saying they're controlling our lives, you aren't a puppet, right? No one's a puppet. No one can really make us do anything inherently, right? So we have to remember that, right? So I feel like you're coming, you've like learned how to come out of those situations in a more uh powerful position, where maybe in the past it was easier for us to be victims of circumstances or perception or lack thereof, right? Whatever it was that we needed to cloud our vision, right? That's where we were, and that's where the resentment of it all was, right? So with the Hierophant, this talks about us understanding what's going on around us, and also having much more greater clarity due to what's happened and what's been shown to us. Okay, for those of us, as far as the soulmate connection, I feel like we're reaching a place of releasing emotions so that we can get closer to the soul connection, through a natural expression of our own emotions, being comfortable to do so, no longer holding back, you know um being afraid. Also, that could have been a part of those, the messages that I'm hearing are part of it here. It's like we were holding back, the emotions, afraid, unaware how that would be perceived, um maybe not knowing necessarily how to, for some of us, I'm hearing. Okay. Because, yeah, it's right underneath of the star card with the Hierophant. It's like the Hierophant is someone who's learning tradition and systems and things, right? Where the star card, it's like trusting self, right? So you're allowing yourself to now trust what you know, what you've seen, what you've been shown, right? To give you a greater sense of strength with the strength card. Digging in deep, right? Leo, the passion, right? Digging in deep. They say, oh, you wanted some emotions, right? Pile one. So that's how you dig deeper and get closer to the soulmate connection. For those of us who picked card one, it's in the strength and knowing that there's strength in the expression of emotions and that fluid nature there, that fluid correspondence that we deeply need, as beings, just period. uh which brings a greater connection here with the Two of Swords. Some of us here for the soulmate connection, it's in making a choice. Some of us could be right now with the soulmate connection. I see honeymoon, enjoying the bliss of holiday time together for some of us here with the soulmate connection. I see karmic relationships that brought a lot of resentment in. And that's so funny because it literally says it on this card, resentment. And then it says it again on this card, right? So some of us walked away from these karmic relationships, and now we're walking into something that's, much more stable, and that doesn't bring about those feelings of resentment where maybe you might have expressed, in the past too, and weren't received well. So that made you shut down, right? And learning how to let go and love you. These are tough lessons, but with that Hierophant, you do it. You go through the motions, you learn the change and what's needed. Intuitively speaking, now moving forward, there's this need of self indulgence, focusing on yourself, those of us who picked card one to find the soulmate connection and to get closer and deeper with it. We're focusing on that self. We're focusing on how, it right now is a time to heal and to go into shadow work, and how are things triggering me and affecting me, right? And this overall energy of self appreciation, okay, is how we get here in card one to the soulmate connection. All right. A hidden message for this. Those of us that pick card one is I am so attracted to you. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Okay, so remember that obstacles are detours in the right direction. And my happiness is a direct reflection of my faith in the level of the universe, and my level of faith in the universe, excuse me. Okay? God, whatever you want to insert there, yeah. But that's how much you should incorporate joy, because that shows the world how much you believe, how much you have faith, right? It's measured by your faith, right? So remember that moving forward, those of us who pick soulmates connection with card one. So we're going to slide into the messages for card two. Card two is forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay? Those of us who picked card three, forgiveness. Okay? That's the message there. Or card two, I'm sorry. Doo-doo-doo. So we got tarot messages in the house. Yeah, so there needed to be a transformation. Those of us who picked card two, there was a transformation in how we learn how to forgive ourselves here, and that in all actuality brought in the sense of forgiveness, because with actions come reactions, and with those reactions over time comes a sense of forgiveness. If over time we're not repeating these things, which is pretty much the energy I see those of us with who pick card two is pretty much at. You're in this space of true forgiveness, learning how to forgive yourself and others, so it in turn brings injustice into your life. It brings a true transformation of the heart space where when you can forgive, right? Learning how to not focus on the past events. Okay, and I feel like that was a really hard thing that people that pick card two, was we may have struggled with this deeply. So to see us in this space of, what things happen, and I don't have to forgive them, or I'm sorry, what's the word? How do you say it? I'm not forgiving them for them, it's for me, right? So it's kind of remembering that, right? What forgiveness, the whole purpose of it is for. Um, so, and also too, I'm seeing with this nine of swords, a lot of things could have happened in the past that just had you focusing on the past, right? So, and I feel like kind of working through the depression or the things that kind of kept us sad or in lower vibrational spaces, right? Um, Places that were very hard to get out of. I feel like with the other nine of pentacles, it kind of represents where we are, and retrospect, looking back, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's a pretty healthy space, right? You go from the nine of swords to the nine of pentacles in the future area, right? So this was needed. You trust in yourself and knowing I need to go within and figure out what this is. What does this mean? It was forgiveness, and you discovered that, right? And it's just beautiful, right? It translates beautifully, right? You're able to release conflict around you because you don't have to use the past dilemmas and the past issues anymore to fight your battles, right? You can kind of use that awareness that you have about what's currently going on, and express your emotions, but just be more forgiving about people, because people are buttheads sometimes. And I'm not going to lie, it's for those of us that pick card two, We could be the type of people that maybe, we have a hard time with anger also. I'm hearing that. So let go of control issues as I say that, right? So some of us, it probably was really difficult to let go of control issues for us. For the soulmate connection, there is a message that says it was my fault, but I blamed you. Also, we have out receiving what you want and need, progression arriving, somebody's moving on, and there's closure here for forgiveness with the soul connection. I feel like somebody had to forgive someone also. Um, maybe something happened and there was some sort of conflict that you just maybe couldn't move forward with. Now the soulmate connection is ready for closure at this time, is what I'm hearing. But I hear you're feeling like not today. It feel like someone doesn't want to deal. Those of us who picked card two, it's like you're avoiding a conversation. It could be a person, or maybe just your boundaries are up, or still angry from a person or a situation. So it's like, again, going back to that anger, I see a lot of anger issues, or just an inability to forgive when things happen naturally, right? For those of us who picked card two. So yeah, that's gonna be like the overall thing, like learning how to forgive people, like on some real shit, and learning how your inability to forgive people, it really goes back to you and your issues with your anger and your temper. And right now will be a good time to reflect on, well, how, these triggers, and what does that mean, and how can I fix that to sort of work on severing, you know, that inability to forgive people, right? Where does it start, right? Go into the root of that problem. I am the dreamer of my dream, okay? Keep that in mind. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. When I lean toward love, I am led. All right. I want you that pick, those of us that pick card two, to remember, listen, when you walk in love, it gets easier, and when you stand firmly on discipline, controlling your temper and expressing forgiveness becomes a lot easier as well. Face what you need to face. If there's closure that needs to happen so that you can find a true soul connection, then so be it. You know what I mean? But I feel like you're facing your whatever you need to face, because right now you're in this space of forgiveness and just you recognizing that in Virgo season, okay? What's needed, right? So go ahead and create that reality that you want, because remember, you creating that by what you dream, think, and imagine. All right. For those of you that picked card two, keep that in mind. Those are the messages for the soul connection. Okay. It's how you're going to get closer to it. Don't forget, please. All right. And with the final card, we have out in Secret Admirer. Okay. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. All right. For the soul connection, card three. What are the messages for card three? Okay. So I see some sort of good news. Or somebody could feel like they're competing for affection with someone right now. I see some sort of good news coming out. Okay. That's interesting. I only got 5 cards and not 6 for this one. So there's this for the soul connection for card 3. Someone wants to come in with some sort of good news, some sort of generosity, expressing something. There's a secret admirer for those of you who picked the soul connection card number 3. There's a secret admirer here for like the 19th time. Wheel of Fortune. This is like a karmic, I want to say like a karmic, but it's not. This is like a soulmate connection, obviously. But let me get the message. Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. This person's a karmic 5 of, or is that 6? Yeah, that's 6. Yeah, it's generosity. And the what's this? 9? Someone may be have boundaries around them, or they can't. It's not boundaries around them. It's like they can't do something right now. They're stuck right now. For those of you who picked card 3, the person, your soulmate connection right now can't come towards you. There's a blockage. There's a block on it right now, just in this time and in this space. Mm-hmm. Finances and career, that could be something that's holding it back as well. Finances and career for those of us who pick card 3. Mm-hmm. The soul mate connection, Cupid's arrow, having faith, love is coming. See, I can't make it up. Surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. Healing hearts, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. Yeah, this person can't come closer right now due to dealing with self right now, or just maybe something here holds them back. Something. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring toward me right minded thinking and energy of love. Those of you in pile 2 to get closer to that soul connection, choose love no matter what, okay? Remember that. Choose love no matter what. You're in a really positive space. I don't see really any really messages of insight or advice, more so than anything, except for just to remain patient and vigilant. You guys are really doing a really spectacular job when it comes to the soulmate connection and where that is as far as coming to you. The more energy and attention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. See, you guys are in a really, this is phenomenal. I'm serious. You guys are dealing with karma, and I feel like karma's bringing something in that you've always wanted, and I feel like it's the soulmate connection on some real shit. Those of you who picked pile 3, that's just for real. There's some sort of waiting on some sort of good news or something like that. This is the 8 of Wands right here with the 7 of Wands. You're waiting on some sort of news, some sort of information right now for this connection to come closer. Okay, you got a secret admirer. This is spicy. I hope these messages were insightful. Let me know how you enjoyed them below, and make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button if you enjoyed them. Peace.